I give the floor to the representative of the United Kingdom.
Thank you, Mr. President. I thank Under-Secretary Voronkov and Executive Director Gurman for their briefings. I also thank the monitoring team for their work on the report. The UK remains deeply concerned about the rising threat from Daesh and its affiliates. Whilst Daesh has been unable to resurge territorially, it continues to propagate its poisonous ideology globally. Its branches present an acute threat to at-risk communities, whilst its propaganda seeks to exploit global events to inspire terrorist violence across the world. The increasing threat from Daesh's continued focus on Africa, including attacks from Daesh affiliates ISWAP and ISSP in West Africa and the Sahel, threatens regional stability. And as the Secretary-General report notes, their activities in the region afflict grave violations on children and in particular girls. This Council's recent decision to include sexual and gender-based violence as a criterion for listing under the 1267 regime sends a strong message that these crimes should not go unpunished. The development of African-led initiatives like the Abuja process are a crucial response. Working closely with regional economic communities and with the support of UN entities, the African Union plays a central role in these efforts. The Malabo Declaration for a whole-of-government and a whole-of-society approaches to tackling terrorism was a positive step forward, and we stand ready to support the development of national action plans. It is vital that these collective approaches work to address the underlying drivers of terrorism, including reducing corruption, improving governance, and ensuring respect for the rule of law. The threat from ISKP is increasing, and in recent months we have seen abhorrent attacks by groups on civilians in Afghanistan, Pakistan, Iran, Russia and Turkey. This emphasises our need to tackle ISKP collectively as the international community and take a creative approach to understand how they operate, starve their resources and tackle their propaganda. As part of this effort, the UK launched the ISKP diplomatic grouping in May 2023 to focus its increasing threat with regional partners. The grouping convened most recently in Doha last month to share expertise and to drive action on countering ISKP finance, travel and propaganda. Attacks on military bases in Iraq are increasing tensions across the Middle East, perpetuating instability and threatening Iraq and the coalition's collective ability to counter Daesh. De-escalation should be a collective priority, and we call for the continued work with partners to suppress the threat. As we mark 10 years since Daesh perpetrated genocide against the Yazidi people, we cannot lose focus in the fight against Daesh as it spreads to new theatres. Thank you.
I thank the representative of the United Kingdom for their statement.